Happening now are local authorities losing faith in the DA. Our Ryan Hedrick investigates. A Jamestown duo faced multiple charges following a traffic stop.
And I'm Dakota Hunter in the First Defense Weather Center. We've got plenty of sun out there for today and especially for the next couple of days. How long will that last? Will winter make a return in March? I'll let you know coming up.
Jamestown Jackals get 3 players with 20 points or more and roll past their opponent. The Southern Tier Express had to fight for their win on Saturday, and the Bonnies just continue to win. That and more next in sports.
And a local marching band heads to Dublin, Ireland to perform in their St. Paddy's Day parade. That's news now for Monday, February 26, 2018.
Live and on demand from the Chautauqua Audio Works studios in downtown Jamestown. This is your source for breaking news. WNY News Now.
Good Monday to you. Thanks for joining us. I'm Justin Gould. Our top story: shortly after the charges against a man accused of shooting and killing a Sherman woman were dropped, many county residents took to social media to criticize the prosecutor's office. Now we're asking County Executive George Borrello what he thinks about the mistrials and dismissals. Our Ryan Hedrick with this investigative report.
The building right behind me houses the Jamestown City Court, and they are very busy, and they're going to be much busier this year. A legal source tells me that many trial lawyers in and around Jamestown and in Chautauqua County, for that matter, are automatically telling their clients to not take plea deals because of the number of mistrials tied to DA Patrick Swanson's office. Now, several police officers in Chautauqua County tell me that their respective agencies are losing hope, losing faith in the legal process as it relates to the ability to prosecute coming from the Chautauqua County DA's office. This after a dismissal of charges, and a shocking dismissal of charges to many residents in the Sherman area, with Thomas Jedlowski. He's the man accused of shooting Rosemary Bilquist after dark as he told police that he was trying to hunt and he mistook her for a deer. Now, moreover, there have been some serious mistrials and some serious errors coming from the DA's office. Dating back to last year, Sam Seeley, the alleged kidnapper who allegedly took an autistic boy from Walmart, his case was a mistrial. Also, a mistrial in the case of a man who was accused in a shooting New Year's Day of 2017. The DA's office, according to a source, allowed a potential witness in the case to go outside, have a cigarette, and in turn, that potential witness converted every single juror that walked in to report to duty for that case into a potential witness because of the fact that he was allowed to tell his story to those respective jurors. Now, on the phone with us, Chautauqua County Executive George Borrello. Mr. Borrello, thank you for your time. Are you even more concerned now because of the latest black mark against Swanson's record and Thomas Jedlowski having his charges dismissed? Are you concerned now for the public safety of this community and the ability, the prosecutor, to prosecute cases successfully here?
Yeah, certainly my role as a leader in the county is to ensure that people have confidence in every system of government, in the county government. And, I certainly have a great deal of concern, but I also have to have faith in the fact that, the district attorney's office and all the people involved in law enforcement are doing the best job that they can. I'm certainly troubled by this situation, but I'm also hopeful that they're going to be able to turn it around, for lack of a better term, whether it's through an appeal or going back to the grand jury, and bring the justice that those people deserve, particularly the family involved here.
Now, George, as I stated at the top of this story, a law enforcement source now tells me that multiple agencies in Chautauqua County feel that the ability for the prosecutor to actually get prosecutions and make their good, hard police work stand up and viable is being compromised with the number of mistrials. Does that concern you?
In any situation like this, particularly in politics and government, perception is reality. So it is troubling to me. But I will say this: this district attorney's office, the public defender, all of our law enforcement folks deal with thousands and thousands of cases a year, and the ones that are successfully adjudicated, where justice has been served, for the most part, go unnoticed and undocumented. Really. So absolutely, these situations are horrible. We want as close to 0% defects as possible. But in the scheme of things, I still think that we have, as far as all the arrests and all the investigations that our hardworking law enforcement officials do, this is still a small percentage of the results. But that being said, it definitely concerns me if law enforcement is losing confidence in our district attorney and in our judicial system.
And George, do you plan to speak with Patrick Swanson about this latest number of incidents, the latest being the Jedlowski case?
It's not my position to counsel a federal countywide elected official, unless he asks for my counsel, to be honest with you. And my concern is that the people of Chautauqua County feel safe and that they feel that the justice system is working as effectively and efficiently as possible. So my concerns are the same concerns as everyone in Chautauqua County. And I would encourage the district attorney, if he feels something that myself or my office or any of the assets that we have can assist him, in more effectively adjudicating cases or whatever it might be, that I invite him and encourage him to reach out. And I'm happy to help in any way he sees fit.
All right, George Burillo, County Executive, candid enough, and thank you for answering our questions honestly. We'll continue to monitor this situation as the number of mistrials continues to rise. By the way, those mistrials are going to cost taxpayers hundreds of thousands of dollars to retry cases that otherwise maybe a guy like David Foley, who's now the judge, who was the prosecutor before Swanson, may have prosecuted. Reporting from the Jamestown City Court, I'm Ryan Hedrick, WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
Ryan, thank you. We've called the DA's office for comment more than 10 times. None of those calls have been returned. Now we check in with Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter, who's here with a first look at our weather.
Hey, good morning, everybody, and, good Monday. I didn't say, yeah,
good afternoon now.
Yeah, well, it's still Monday. Well, it is
Monday.
It's still morning to me. All right, let's go to the maps. All right, let's get me off the screen. Let's go to Links 1. And let me just get off the screen there. And boy, we had a very windy Sunday out there, but at least it wasn't as windy as it was. Here are some of the peak wind gusts that came in across the area yesterday. Fredonia is the winner of 64 miles an hour. That is a wind gust that occurred at just before 10 o'clock, actually, on Sunday morning. Dunkirk at 53, Buffalo also at 53, Rochester at 47, and Clymer at 45. And so these are the wind gusts yesterday, and of course we had that. High wind warning in effect until pretty much yesterday afternoon. But yeah, 64 mile an hour wind gust in Fredonia. Whoo, boy, pretty windy. But hey, good news is we had very minimal damage. That's the good news. Your first defense forecast for this Monday, not morning. Endless supply of sun. Gorgeous, lots of sun out there and mild. 42 valleys, 46 at the Lake Erie shoreline with a west wind of 8 to 15 miles an hour. Sunset 6:03. We are getting later and later. The days are getting longer. That's a surefire sign of spring. How long will this sunshine last? I'll tell you in that full first defense forecast coming up in just a couple minutes.
All right, Dakota, thank you, sir. A pair of Jamestown residents are facing charges after one of them fled police during a traffic stop over the weekend. Jamestown police stopped a vehicle on the corner of Barrows and English Streets in Jamestown where they say 31-year-old Samuel Kritzer exited the silver sedan and fled the scene. Officers chased him down. After a brief struggle, he was taken into custody. The driver of the vehicle, 33-year-old Stephanie Gould, had a suspended license and was believed to be under the influence of drugs. After failing standardized field sobriety tests, Gould refused to submit a chemical test. She was charged with related crimes. Kritzer was taken into custody on various bench warrants and resisting arrest. Next here, a 17-year-old is locked up after police say he robbed a Falconer motel. And later, a marching band from Pennsylvania is headed to Ireland.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
WNY News Now is sponsored by Chautauqua Audio Works, 3335 South Roberts Road in Fredonia. More than a music store. Call 679-4333. Call now, 679-4333.
I just love to be with the dogs, and I like to do them one at a time. They don't wait for 5 hours in my shop. We have full groom, which includes everything from A to Z, nails, of course brushing, any trimming that needs to be done. I do offer teeth brushing, which is a little extra. So if he takes me 2 hours, it's $40. If he takes me 3 hours, I still keep it down. As long as the dog comes back happy and not at the door, I'm happy.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
A 17-year-old Jamestown boy is in county lockup after police say he robbed the Budget Inn in Falconer and ran from officers early Sunday morning. Ellicott police say when they arrived on the scene, the 17-year-old ran on foot towards the Falconer Fire Hall and jumped into the Chautauquan River. EPD, New York State Police, and the Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office set up a perimeter and eventually located the boy in the water with the assistance of Canine Officer Link. Police believe the 17-year-old entered the motel's manager's bedroom and stole several items. The boy was arrested and charged with third-degree burglary and other related charges. And a Jamestown man is facing fraud charges after the state labor department said he collected $4,000 in unemployment insurance while he was working. State police arrested 35-year-old Paul Nickerson over the weekend on insurance fraud in the third degree and 10 counts of falsifying business records in the first. Nickerson was processed at the state police barracks in Jamestown and released with an appearance ticket to the city of Jamestown court. And a Dunkirk man is facing drug charges after his tractor-trailer crashed into a ditch on Route 39 near Hopper Road in the town of Hanover earlier this morning. Chautauqua County Sheriff's deputies say 25-year-old Dylan Kohler said he swerved to miss a deer, causing the tractor-trailer to leave the roadway. An investigation found that Kohler was in possession of heroin and a hypodermic instrument, and that he had an active warrant for his arrest out of the city of Dunkirk. Kohler was processed and turned over to Dunkirk police and face various drug charges.
Now, your first defense forecast with Dakota Hunter.
Tractor-trailer incidents. Yeesh, scary stuff. Fortunately, I think no one was injured in that crash, right?
Yeah,
Justin?
that's correct. No one was injured.
Okay, that's good. Oof. Now, getting into weather, the temperatures across the region right now, not especially bad. They're above average, but not too bad. It's 39 by the lake at Dunkirk, 40 in Buffalo, 43 in Niagara Falls, 39 in Erie. Again, I sound like a broken record because I don't know what's going on with the observation station at Jamestown. It's been down for like 2 weeks, so I don't know what's going on with that. So we have nothing at Jamestown still, but everybody else is reporting something. We got 36 in Olean and 42 in Wellsville over in Allegheny County. Now, if you missed it from earlier, these are the peak wind gusts that we had from Sunday. Now, again, we did have a high wind warning that was in effect throughout much of the morning on Sunday, and so these are some of the wind gusts we saw. Fredonia was the winner at 64 miles an hour. That occurred at 10, actually just a little before 10 a.m. on Sunday morning. Dunkirk 53, also Buffalo at 53, Rochester 47, and Clymer officially hit 45. That was I believe that was a spotter report, and that came almost at 9:30 on Sunday morning. So again, the wind's not especially bad. There was a lot of fear that this wind event was going to be almost like a repeat of the wind event that occurred on March 8th of last year. Now, fortunately, we didn't get hit as hard, but Rochester got hit hard from that windstorm. I mean, the damage that occurred from that windstorm last March was significant. They actually had a wind gust of over 80 miles an hour last year, and that's over Category 1 hurricane force, because the minimum speed for a Category 1 hurricane is 75 miles an hour. So, man, fortunately, we didn't have the magnitude of the event that we had last year, and that's good news. Doppler vision, the radar is working, guys. Nothing is showing up, and this is going to remain the story throughout the day today, and especially throughout the day tomorrow. So radar is going to get a nice break, zooming the radar out to a regional scale. Again, nothing really going on across our end of the Great Lakes, but this is what's controlling our weather, these two high-pressure systems. This is a high-pressure ridge when the two high-pressure systems come together. So this is what's controlling our weather, bringing us that nice, good weather. Low-pressure system down here with a cold front, that's actually not going to bother us. Our next weather maker is not going to be until Wednesday. So let's take you through the next 24 hours on Future Scan. Nothing. Again, take a look at this. The model pretty much clear. A few lake effect clouds. Otherwise, that's it. And a repeat of today for tomorrow. Gorgeous sunshine. So you might want to enjoy it. Let's take you through MetroCast here. 1 o'clock, 43 degrees. Solar goodness. The sun will be a-shining. It's going to be nice. When we go to 5 o'clock today, pretty much the same story. It's still going to be mild, around 41 degrees. The sun will still be out, so it's going to feel very nice. And we go to 9 o'clock, a clear starlit sky. Nice for stargazing. 34 degrees. Not bad out there. Zone by zone, town by town for tomorrow. Let's do it. And again, the temperatures perk back up into the 50s. That is going to feel nice. And boy, the sun, the warmth, with a west wind of 8 to 15, that may keep the immediate Lake Erie shoreline communities just a tad bit cooler, but everybody else should perk up into the lower 50s, maybe even mid 50s for a period as well. Eastward into Cattaraugus County, same story here. Lots of sun, still mild with a west wind. Temperatures in the lower to mid 50s. So lots of sun for you. Here come the next 7 days of your life, brought to you by Quick Solutions. And 55 on Wednesday. There is a 20% chance of a rain or snow shower throughout the day. Otherwise, I think it'll be mostly cloudy. And our next weather maker really looks like Thursday and Friday. We're bringing a few rain and snow showers on Friday. Thursday starts the first day of March, but boy, it's not going to feel like it. 49 with rain showers, and we go back down a little bit for the weekend. And I was hinting at this last week. Long-range model guidance still suggests around the 6th of March, a big pattern flip comes our way. So we'll keep watching that. We'll keep you updated on that right here as we get closer.
All right, Dakota, loving the sunshine the next
Yes.
couple days here. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Next in sports, highlights from last night's Jackals game. Don't want to miss that. And a scuffle at the Northwest Arena over the weekend. Why police were called there. That story moments away.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
The Main Landing Restaurant. Excellent service, awesome food, and a beautiful view.
Everything's made fresh here. We love to be outside, and it's nice inside if it's raining, so we have a choice.
Locals and non-locals agree that the Main Landing is quickly becoming a destination.
It's just so casual, and just the food is amazing.
I love the hamburgers.
But I really like the tuna I had.
The Main Landing Restaurant. Excellent service, awesome food, and a beautiful view.
WNY News Now with Ryan Hedrick.
Coverage comes first means that we will put anything and everything we have on the line just so you know what's going on in your community. We have a lot to lose. We have our children to think about. We have our jobs to think about. How are we going to pay our mortgage? How are we going to pay our rent? How are we going to put food in the refrigerator? And if anything affects those things, we're going to report them. From crime to health to education, we will be there if it matters to you. That's what coverage comes first means to me.
WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at phonezoneshop.com.
The Phone Zone Sports Desk. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's a look at what's trending in Western New York. The city is still abuzz about the Southern Tier Express, who fought tooth and nail to get a 4-3 win over Niagara Falls on Saturday. Let me take you to the Northwest Arena. There's plenty going on the ice and off of it. We'll stay on the ice, where Joey Girassi was just big time for his team down the stretch, scoring 2 goals, the goal making it 3-3, and then the subsequent goal making it 4-3 with little time left in the third period. I caught up with Joey after the game.
This team, we've had troubles with them all year, and they realized that they weren't going to win, so they decided to start headhunting. And I just have all the respect for my team because we kept our composure and decided that we don't care about all the extra stuff. We're just going to win the game.
The Jamestown Police did respond to the arena after the game, although a Jamestown police officer tells us that it wasn't for anything that happened on the ice. They actually responded to a threat of a couple of adults fighting off of it in the stands. Last night at JCC, the Jackals back in town playing Du Bois, and they filled up the scoreboard, beating Du Bois 123-93. They had 3 players with 20 points or more, led by Michael Davenport, the former St. Bonaventure Bonnie, told me after the game that his team is developing a nice chemistry.
Win the first 2 minutes, then everything else will take care of itself. So we try to get stops and scores, and then we try to control what we can control, So once we get, we don't try to get too comfortable with the lead, because basketball is a game of runs, So that's the thing. Like they make their run, now it's time to make ours. So that's the thing. So we gotta, if the team is on a run, we gotta try to stop it as quickly as we can, and then get back on our tempo. So we never try to, let the defense, get us out of character. Or we don't try to do things that other people, that we try to stick to what we know best.
Our Monday play of the day comes out of this game as well. Late in the game, look at Latrell Alford on the screen and roll, baseline, and boom! Oh, the right hand flush. Alford finishes with 21 points, and that's typical of what they did to Du Bois last night. Again, 123-93 the score. St. Bonaventure Bonnies, and they just continue to win. They've now won 10 games in a row. And it will be interesting to see if they crack the top 25 when that list is released later this afternoon. They do play Davidson tomorrow at 9 p.m. That's a late tip at Riley Arena. From the Phone Zone Sports Desk, I'm Ryan Hedrick. It all unfolds here.
WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at PhoneZoneShop.com. You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
It's tax time, so get to Express Bike and Auto in Jamestown for all of your vehicle needs. Service, inspection, vehicle sales, they do it all. For all of your automotive, motorcycle, and ATV service needs, Express Bike and Auto even offers financing. Your true one-stop vehicle shop is Express Bike and Auto in Jamestown. They're located at 1761 Foot Avenue Extension next to Quick Fill. Express Bike and Auto in Jamestown. Stop looking, start saving today.
Do news like no one else. Investigations that get results.
I think the bullying had a part of it.
Anytime there's a tragic death of one of our students, whatever the cause is, whether it's suicide or drunk driving, we always reflect on what we can do differently and what we can do better.
WNY News Now investigates. If you have a problem, we're here to help. WNY News Now.
A Chicago area pastor who launched a foundation to help children growing up in troubled circumstances discussed fatherlessness at a conference at Koinonia Christian Fellowship over the weekend. Pastor Louis Rise, who founded Church of Joy in Illinois, spoke with our crews.
I get the question all the time from people with all the different atrocities that are taking place around the country. Recently, we saw the young man murder 17 people. Within the Chicagoland area, young people are dying weekly as well. And I get the question all the time from people, Pastor Louis, what are we doing? We're at a crossroad right now. How do we get ourselves out of this? All of this is the root cause of fatherlessness. When a child grows up without a father, now typically this is not what's going to be talked about, but when a child grows up without a father, they lack identity, they lack purpose, they don't know who they are. Ultimately, for many people, it can lead to a life of violence.
The pastor spoke to more than 60 men, many of whom got emotional, as he gracefully shared his personal experiences with the devastating impacts of fatherless homes. And a marching band from a high school in Warren County, Pennsylvania, will travel more than 3,000 miles to perform in the St. Patrick's Day Festival Parade in Dublin, Ireland next month. Youngsville's high school's marching band director, Cindy Scheid, says she's excited for this big trip.
We have been invited by the Lord Mayor of Dublin to march in his St. Paddy's Day Parade. It's going to be in front of 1.5 million people. So we were excited to share that information with people that we live fairly close to and let them know what we're doing. Well, it takes an awful lot of hard work to get to the level where they'll accept you and invite you to come over. So that hard work has been taking place over the past 5 years. I was talking with one of the band parents on the way here today and saying, it's been very, very hard to get all of our money collected and get things ready for this trip. And now that it's getting close, now we're starting to feel the excitement. So as I always say to the kids, it takes an awful lot of hard work to end up with something that is so worth it in the end, and we're about to experience that moment. Oh my goodness, we are grades 6 through 12, so we have a wide range of abilities to their ages, and they're all doing very, very well, and I'm very, very excited and proud of them.
And Dakota, the band is hosting a breakfast benefit on Sunday, March 4th at the Warren American Legion to raise more money as this trip nears. Now, according to various websites, Dublin's St. Patrick's Day Festival is a 5-day event consisting of food, music, theater, and even some fireworks. The festival takes place March 17th to the 22nd. The band has set up a GoFundMe page as well if you want to help them out. Pretty cool.
Nice.
I love marching bands. I mean, I played
I wish
the saxophone.
I had the talent to play.
Yeah,
them.
I played the saxophone in middle school, but I kind of transitioned out of it towards high school. So I have respect for musicians, and then my sister was really into marching band in high school. She played the flute, and she was the drum major her senior year as well. So shout out to Haley, and pretty much she did an excellent job, and lots of dedication. I don't think a lot of people realize how much goes into it. You talk, over the weekend, we had the Faulkner wrestling team come back from a championship, and these boys young men have dedicated their life to that. I mean, it's 24/7. And it's the same thing with marching band or pretty much any other extracurricular sport or activity like that. You think about even drama clubs that are getting ready for their spring musicals and performances. I mean, this is around the clock that they're working on stuff. So it's amazing.
I actually tried out for band when I was in middle school. I tried out for band, but I have no musical ability whatsoever. I couldn't keep a beat. I couldn't even shake a tambourine right.
Really?
Then I actually tried out for what is it there with the strings? Orchestra.
Wow, yeah, the violin stuff?
Yeah, and I wanted to play a violin, but I still couldn't get it, which is very odd because my grandfather could play anything that had a string on it. If it had a string, he could pick it up, tune it, and play it.
Elizabeth Lugin won Chautauqua's Got Talent a while back, I think just last year, and she played violin by ear. She never learned music. She just, everything she played, and that's a God-given talent, let me tell you. Right?
Yeah.
Incredible.
And also my singing sounds like a cat being murdered. Let's go to the Quick Solution 7-day forecast now. And there you see gobs of sun for you for the next couple days. And then we get a little bit more cloudier on Wednesday, 20% chance for a rain or snow shower. Thursday starts March, but boy, it's not going to feel like it. 49 with rain showers. A few rain and snow showers Friday. Temperatures come down a little bit for Saturday and Sunday, but should be partly to mostly sunny. And again, model guidance suggests sometime after the 6th, things could get very interesting in a big pattern flip.
He leaves us in suspense.
I will leave you in suspenders.
Yes. Thank you, Dakota.
You're welcome.
That's it for us today. Be sure to check out WNYNewsNow.com for all these stories we just went over. And in the meantime, follow us on social media at WNY News Now. I didn't know what I was going to say. I just got to go with it. Have a great day, everybody.
See you tomorrow.